Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Outriders, a game that I am planning on covering a great deal. But be sure to stick around. I am enjoying this character so much. We are going through and covering all of them just so you guys don't have to, in case you guys are busy. I'll be doing you that service. I know, I'm the best. But ladies and gentlemen, that character I am so much enjoying is, of course, what are you doing? Just looking around your feet? So weird. This character is called the Devastator. The Devastator is so fun, and I thought he would be so much more my playstyle than the Technomancer. Even though I wanted to like the Technomancer a great deal, I do, just not that much. Yeah, but oh by golly, the Devastator is so much fun. I think I'd be hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't find this pretty damn fun and satisfying. And that's without the skewer perk, which is going to be pretty, sadistically inclined, but still very fun, I think. But yes, I have got him all the way up to level 7, unlike the Technomancer. I actually also got pretty decent gear, all blues. I got Toxic Shot, I got the ability to apply vulnerability, I got whatever this is, an explosive, awesome. I got this stupid mask that I hit a lot, but increases my golem stance to have a longer duration, so that's hype. We got this, which is amazing. All reflected bullets effective bleeding status. Crazy good. And also, reflected bullets increase skill duration by 20%. Oh, so good. so good. That one's a little complex to get on, I'll be honest. That one's a little weird, but still. Anyway, but of course, let's get into his skills. We have the first skill, which is Fantastic Earthquake. This is just good on a passive. It's like I believe the fire person has the same kind of vibe as this, except it's fire-based, but it has a really good AoE, and it deals a shit ton, and it interrupts your foes. Fantastic for endgame play, dealing with bosses. The interruptions are going to be huge. Regardless, we also have this one, which is Fantastic Golem. You just basically throw a bunch of rocks on your whole body, becoming this walking tank of sheer rock, and it basically gives you a ton of resistance. Awesome. That one, I don't know how good it's gonna be. I think if we got certain mods that like increase your damage when you're in the stance, could be huge, but until then, it's just kind of good resistance, which you don't really need because of some other abilities, specifically the last one that we're going to talk about. But anyways, we got Gravity Leap. You can bust into a bunch of rocks and just come smashing down and deal so much damage. Also, you interrupt so much. This one is crazy. Not only that, but this one has kind of a side gimmick that I would love to show you guys. But basically, when you go into the air, you are invulnerable. And you always can regenerate your health within an amount of time of not taking damage. So, if you're in the air like this, you can basically fully heal a quarter of your health always, which is fantastic if you're ever getting in a little bit of a dicey situation. Fantastic. And then we have the Iota, the huge, the big Kahona, the oh my goodness, feels so satisfying. This is Return to Sender in its finest, slash Reflect Bullets. But this is Return to Sender. It was in games like Bioshock Infinite, where basically you're just letting enemies shoot at you and you're soaking in damage, and enemies are just stupid. They just keep laying into you with damage, and then you throw this back in this spectacular kind of bullet storm. It looks so cool, and it is so powerful. And the thing that they don't tell you in this is they don't tell you how much damage you deal, because we're throwing all of their damage back at them. So when we get to really high world levels and enemies start hitting us really hard, this skill is only going to get better and better because we're taking their damage and throwing it back at them and absolutely shredding them. It is crazy how good this ability is. If I could suggest anything, if you're like thinking, Devastator is going to be such a fun playstyle for just this region. This is just this. It may not look satisfying. It is so satisfying. It is so good. And Impale is only going to get cooler. And all this other stuff I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about the final ability where you put down a pike. I don't know what's going to be his end tier build. I do think, for me, it's gonna like Reflect Bullets is gonna be up there for like the most important ability in this character's skill arsenal. I think Impale is just gonna be too much fun to not use, and I think probably this like Obelisk is gonna be good too, just 'cause I think it's gonna give you armor and stuff. But anyways, I digress. Absolutely massive. Let's quickly run down his skill things. I'm gonna try to keep this into like a couple sentences and then be done, just because we spent too much time on this last time. Yeah. So it seems like everything's following that suit, which is the Vanquisher. The top skill tree is going to affect your gun damage and your weapon damage. So for instance, Devastator gets an affinity for Shotgun Master. higher drop chance, better damage with shotguns, all that good stuff. Using protection skills increases your weapon damage by 45%. See, that's what I was also saying, for 10 seconds. So not only are you going to take all these bullets, throw them back at enemies, but then you're going to have this big-ass opening of just shredding them. And it's kind of makes me laugh because the Technomancer has like an ability where like you take 15 more damage and you gain 20% more damage that you can deal. But this character used one ability and you get 45 fucking damage. Like, what? It's just kind of insane. Also, he's good with assault rifles too, so shotguns and assault rifles, it seems to be his mix. This one seems awesome. When enemies die near you, you get armor, which is huge. It's kind of like the ability from like the electric type. I forget what his name is, forgive me. Yeah, enemies who deal damage to you get their physical damage reduced for 5 seconds, or for 10 seconds. Pretty awesome. This effect is doubled if you damage that enemy as well. Ooh, awesome. Oof, and then there's like, this guy has amazing end capstones. When kinetic, which is all those abilities, are end, you get 70% weapon damage. That's a lot. I haven't checked out some of the other classes. I'm sure they have some crazy stuff in here too, but those end caps are huge. That's a fantastic end cap thing. Yeah, and then it seems like they're all following the same thing: weapon damage, team support, and ability damage. Because this one is the same thing where it says increases healing by 20% and shield by 20% for you and all your allies. So any of your allies are near you are just going to get a ton more of everything. Fantastic. Gain additional 10% more health for enemies die when you're at close range. So by the way, I should have mentioned this, the Colossus, if I'm not saying that right, what's his name? Devastator. Sorry, the Devastator. The Devastator has his special health regen thing is pretty different. It's enemies that take damage and you're in a close proximity, you'll like life drain them. So this enforces you being a tank, holding up reflection while your allies are like killing enemies right in front of you, supercharging your healing, or just basically staying close and in the enemy's faces to constantly keep aggro, to constantly be a tank. Also increases firepower by 10% of your armor, increases anomaly power by 10%. Yeah, so this is just like if you have a huge amount of armor, it's going to increase your firepower damage and your anomaly power. So get a shit ton of armor if you can. Also, if you get a lot more, if you get protection or armor through Golem, then maybe it is passively giving you a shit ton more fire rate or fire damage and anomaly power. Awesome. Anyways, yeah, using your abilities gains you tons of anomaly power as well. Fantastic. Again, coupling reflection with skewer is just going to be, and then also you have a bunch of damage on top of that because you have abilities like this, yeah, which is after you're done using your protection abilities, you get a shit ton of weapon damage, and then after you're done using that protection ability, you get a shit ton of anomaly power, so reflecting, boom, and then just skewering any enemy that's alive, and then shooting the rest. Sounds like an awesome loop. Increases firepower by 15% of your anomaly power. Yeah, so things like that I think are insane, because it's a percentage based on your anomaly power. It's a percentage based on your armor. So that percentage is going to be even crazier if you can get your anomaly power and your armor power higher and higher up. Then there's the like double damage for melee class skill. Kind of cool. This is amazing. You are healed by 35% of your bleed damage. Now I just got a coat, just for like reference. My coat, or my pants, something like that. Maybe it's my shoes. No, it's my coat. Reflecting bullets, which basically just applies all of the damage that they shot at me at a bunch of different enemies. It applies a bleed status. So that just gives me a shit ton of healing if I have that skill, which converts healing to bleed chance. 35% of that is going to be back as healing me. That's going to be an insane amount of sustain. Like and also I don't even need to get close to gain that benefit. That's massive. Yeah, increases armor bonus by anomaly power. So increasing your abilities damage is just going to be increasing your whole thing. And unfortunately, we only have so many skill points. So we gotta pick and choose, but still. Increases your armor and resistance after you're done using your skills. Yeah, increases seismic skill damage by 50%. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Okay, yeah, so I feel like you want to jump. I'd probably get this and then stop. Maybe. Depends on how much, because this just gives you a ton of anomaly power. I would kind of skip the middle and I would just go top and bottom, to be honest. Because I think there's just so much power there. But anyways, sorry, I ended up talking more about that. Sorry, that one had way better skills that actually fundamentally like changed the way you would maybe play. And again, the idea that like this piece of armor already shows us the kind of crazy ability you can have, where this takes one of my abilities and gives it the ability to cause a massive bleed. Fantastic. Also, we have to talk to this person real quick. And now we can do this quest again. Again, this is the way that most people have been farming in this game to get cool blue legendaries or blue rares. Now, in the last video, I showed you guys the fantastic lifesteal and weird capabilities of course, the Technomancer. Now, let's just show you what the Devastator's like. Which is to say a lot is an understatement, but also aiming is rough. Anyways, boom. Don't look at me. Also, we could do some of this, stun that enemy, and just shoot him. I do have a shotgun, but it's not exactly necessary. We can also activate Golem and just shoot this person in the head, or we can switch to this and shoot and just eviscerate, shoot. And as soon as I get low health, you guys will see what I'll do. Which we're not really needing it because we just kind of are chewing through people already. And again, this ability's back so that we can just keep stomping down people. And again, that does so much damage and it absolutely obliterates enemies, which is great. Boom, absolutely eviscerated. Boom, give me a minute. Boom. Now I'm not even showing you guys the thing that I'm built for. It's mainly because I want to have much more enemies here. In fact, this is probably good enough. So keep laying into me. Keep shooting me. Ooh, there's people behind me. Anyways, so check this out. They're filling it all up and reflecting. Boom! Everyone is dead. That is insane. It's so crazy. All right. Also, we're a little bit weak. We're gonna let people spawn in. Boom! Deal a shit ton of damage. Also, we have our full health now because we killed a couple people in really close proximity. So now we're just profiting. And again, our overpowered ability comes back so fast. So it's just like, what? Hell yes. So good. It's just like not even a little bit was I in danger that the whole time. And even though I maybe got my health low, it's because I was waiting to use my reflection because that's kind of when it's optimal to use. Also, I don't want to do this. I fucked up. I didn't open the chest. Forgive me. With that reflection, I was holding off because I wanted you guys to be like, oh, if you just get everyone, because sometimes they don't let enemies spawn out yet, probably because there are abilities like that. But yeah, just if you just wait for everyone to come on out and just start shooting at you, and it does seem like it keeps track of like, if you just keep soaking in damage, you're gonna keep profiting, and guess what? Profiting. So it's just really, really good. Golem is the one that I'm kind of debating whether I should keep or not. Yeah, also we apply a bleed, and I could use my melee a little bit more if I wanted to. Also, who doesn't love that? Just like a bunch of shotguns, just boom. Down for the count. Also, we can do this. Quickly kill you. Also, that's a great way to get health because it's guaranteed almost health at that point because enemies, you're guaranteed that the enemy's going to be close to you. Also, we'll activate Golem because we're a little bit in a sketchy situation right now. We're going to do this. And we're just going to start soaking in a ton of damage. Oh, shit, there's an enemy behind me. We just gotta be a little bit careful. And then we're gonna get close to some enemies. Boom! Every enemy just got eviscerated. We're gonna do this. We're gonna quickly kill you guys. Somehow you lived. Get rid of you. Now every enemy's basically dead. If I would have timed that out better, I do think you need to have like, I don't know, you need to have a little bit more bullets and to make them a little bit closer and in frame, because if they're behind cover, then the bullets are just gonna kind of hit behind cover. But again, as you guys can see, just nothing. Even with this armor on, and I shoot you, my health's back. If I do this, you die just because I activated it. But anyways, it's just like, and also that was the thing I was talking about. We can cancel this if you want. It's on like a couple second cooldown. But if you're ever really, really low health, like you can kind of see if my health bar has like a dash near like the 30% mark of it. That's what you can regenerate up to without like killing enemies close to you. So if you ever get like really, really close to death's door, just hit this button. You'll sit there and hover, and you'll keep regenerating that health. And then eventually you'll come back down, and then you can just immediately queue that up after a couple seconds of dodging. Let yourself heal up again and come down and stuff like that. So it's really, really good. Again, this one, like unlike the Technomancer, it was just like whoosh, right on through. Just go, 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 go. Death, death, death. Everything dies super fast. It's so, so good. It's a really, really well-made kind of character. And again, it's so cool to have a tank that isn't just about taking damage, but it's about dishing damage back at enemies, which is so, so good. In fact, I kind of want to do this one more time because I kind of took my time with that one. I can almost show you guys us just burning through it if we want. Also, even though this is like a special kind of weapon, let's just level up to this one. I just want to see how this plays. Even though it doesn't have a special effect, but I think it's theoretically just better, generally. Yeah, blues are really good for armor because they give you like a special actual buff and all these things. Oh yeah, but that's so much better. And again, you can just aim at the head and immediately knock them dead. Also, man, the gore in this game is pretty fucking intense. It's pretty like, oh my god, it's in my mouth. What happened? Boom! Also, if enemies are near other enemies like that, that's the perfect time when to use that. Also, worst case scenario, we can just suck in some damage like this. Again, they'll shoot at us, shoot at us, shoot at us, and we'll throw it back. Boom! Everything dead. Everything dead, max health. Also, we can take cover if we need it, which I don't think we do, honestly, generally speaking. Oh, I didn't mention that. You do need to log out and log back in. Oh, this is gonna be a pointless run. A little bit, we'll be fine. It's like he's still hiding. He's like, he doesn't know I'm here. I'm like, well, actually, it's hard to tell you this, but actually, yes. Boom! Oh my god, everything's just putty. Just absolute mush. Disgusting mush. Again, enemy is dead. You're just gonna keep reflecting stuff and boom, boom. You're dead. I'm gonna stun you because you're a little annoying. You're gonna do some crazy shit to me. Nice. I killed you. I get my health back. Golem's not ready yet. See, like right here, I'm pretty low health. My health will start regenerating, and by the time I come back down, boom, I'm full health again. So you see, like that's, you can kind of gimmick that if you want it. And you also can cancel it if you need to, but also it's kind of weird. But also you can just use it. You can just use it, and it also would be really good. You're almost guaranteed a bunch of health because there's just odds of you not killing someone with that is really low. Boom. Look at that. Also, I think it's the closer you are, the better the health regen, which is amazing. Anyways, yeah, absolutely. Just so good, so good. There's not one at one point where I'm like, ugh. And if it is, I'm like, I just have like 6 different outs. And if I do die, it's just because I'm an idiot. I'm not like, I didn't save my reflect for the most optimal time, you know. But yeah, every weapon seems to be really applicable. Shotguns are tons of fun too, of course, because you're supposed to be up close and personal anyway. Boom. Eesh. I do think there's a little bit of like lock on, which is a bit shitty. Also, I'm gonna do one of these. This it comes back so fast. Yeah, you can also bunce people like that. Just keep filling it on up. Come on, more, more, more. Boom! Isn't that insane? What is that? Oh my goodness, man! That never gets old. That's just so cool. Also, just stop. It's time to stop. Oh, he died. There's a dude all the way over there, which unfortunately I couldn't get to. Well, maybe I could, but yeah, there was just like a bunch of blips. Like, look at the blips on my map back when he did that, and it's just like, it's just insane. You're just like, what the fuck? I was like, come on, go ahead. You can also bunce people because there is like a shield, right? So you can just keep knocking them back. But if you don't take any damage, like right now we only have got a couple bullets. Come on, more. See, that is not enough if you don't have that many, but we can also always just do this and absolutely obliterate you. So it's just like a lot. It's in the best sense, it's a lot. All right. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's Outriders basically, in a big badass way. That is Outriders. I cannot wait to do more of these because, again, a lot of the characters. Also, it's pretty fast to get your character level 7, especially if you just burn through the story. You just keep hitting skip. You just burn through the side quests. And you already have a good idea of like how to use your abilities in tandem. But also, I think the Devastator is just one of those special kind of characters that's almost meant to just be kind of like a relentless force. And goddamn, is he ever? Because he just keeps going in a brutal way. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Outriders. That has been the Devastator. Right now, the Devastator, I think, is my favorite at the very top, and I've only played Technomancer and him, so who knows in the future what we'll have. Let me know, guys, by the way, if you have any suggestion of who I should do next, because I feel like, I don't know, I can't quite decide, and I just have to choose at this point, but let me know. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys have, like, you understand my playstyle, you'll be like, ooh, dude, if you like this character, then you're gonna love the Electro kind of like assassin class, because he's basically basically just real selfish, but he's got so much damage and he feels so good to play and all those things. Who knows? Also, if you happen to like or share this video, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And yes, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. We are going to be covering a shit ton of Outriders on the channel. So if you do like the content, then be sure to follow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye.